In today's video I'm going to show you how I make my own homemade Caesar dressing and my own homemade croutons. So for two salads I'm using half a cup of mayonnaise, and I buy organic mayonnaise that it's made with organic eggs and all that good stuff. So here we have half a cup of mayonnaise, and I'm using garlic and sea salt mixture. So I'm gonna put about half a teaspoon of that, and you can also use fresh garlic. However, I'm always in a hurry, so it's easier for me to do this and then also add some extra powdered garlic. You could never have too much garlic. And then about half a teaspoon of black pepper, and then the juice of half a lemon, and about a tablespoon of olive oil. Lastly, and for two Caesar salads, I go with about a handful of Parmesan cheese, and then give it a good stir. And that's all you need for your Caesar dressing. It is just that easy. There you go, you have it. I'm even gonna try it. It's good. Alright, now I'm gonna make the croutons. And for the croutons, it doesn't have to be any particular brand or type of bread. You can just use whatever bread you have left over. It's just that it has to be at least a day old, so it's not too soft. For 4 salads, I'm gonna make some extra here. 11, 12. So I use about 3 per salad. So here I have enough for 4 salads. And then you have to slice it in crouton size cubes. So I have my croutons all sliced up, or my bread all sliced up, and now we're going to move to the pan where we're going to season our croutons. Here I have my pan, and the heat is on medium, so I'm going to preheat it nicely, and then I'm going to add just a touch of olive oil, just a little bit. You don't want your croutons to swim in oil, and spread the oil over the pan. And now I'm going to start adding my croutons. And you can definitely do this in your oven. However, I find that it's easier to do it in a pan. So it's up to you. It's easier to keep an eye on them and keep them from burning. And now in a separate bowl, I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil, because again, I do not want my croutons to be swimming in oil. So I am going to just take oil from here and just tap it over the croutons. And by putting oil over them, that will help for all the seasoning that we're just about to add to stick to the croutons instead of falling in the pan. Alright, it's starting to sizzle just a little bit right now. We have the croutons well covered with olive oil, but not saggy. So the next thing I'm going to add is the same garlic and sea salt that I use for the Caesar dressing. And then I'm gonna sprinkle black pepper. I'm not a huge fan of black pepper, so I'm not putting too much of it. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some oregano, just crush it a little bit. The next thing I'm going to add is some thyme leaves. And honestly, you can add whatever you like to your croutons. And I'm gonna add some, what is it, right here. I'm gonna add some extra garlic. I love garlic. And now we're gonna mix the croutons a little bit. And don't cover it because you don't want them to get saggy. This way they're gonna get crispy if you leave them uncovered. Alright, now I'm gonna turn the heat up just a little bit. Between medium and high, but closer to medium than to high. And every about minute or so, just stir them so they don't get burned. Kind of turn them over. It's been about a minute and a half now since I put them in. So I'm probably gonna let them another minute and a half or so. So at this point I'm gonna just keep stirring them and make sure they don't get burned, because this is the final stage, for another 30 seconds or so. Alright, at this point the croutons are just to my liking, just with a little bit of golden brown edges. So I'm gonna turn them off, and I'm just gonna let them rest in the bowl until I'm ready to make my salad. And now they're gonna get even crispier while sitting just open like this. Don't cover them with anything. And that's it. Nice crispy croutons. You can hear the crispiness. Crispy. And here I have my 2 salads for dinner, and I'm gonna spread some of my dressing. My wonderful Caesar dressing. It's not exactly a Caesar salad. I'm not a huge fan of lettuce, so I just use green baby mix salad, and then I use beef instead of chicken, and I add some eggies. This is how I like my salad. And I'm even gonna have some left over for another salad for tomorrow. And then I'm gonna add my wonderful croutons as well. And there you have it. Delicious homemade Caesar dressing and homemade croutons.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor, delle belle turbando al riposo.